Other interesting cultural news, you have Bud Light attempting to tweet again for the sports balls season, getting 5.3 million views. So it's even up from the beginning of this episode. But they got 336 likes. So it's a great example of pay to play. So earlier they don't, for the same tweet, again, it's going viral, although it seems like I think they're just paying for it. But nevertheless, they got 4.2 million views and they got 289 likes. And they ramped up those numbers to 5.3 million views, and they're still only at 336 likes for this sports balls tweet. Which begs the question, it's been a while, what is that on a percentage basis? And I know public schools in the United States are all-time low in pretty much every category. Yet the teachers' unions say they deserve more and more money every year. Interesting. So we're going to do a little bit of math here today and perhaps provide more education than the public school in the United States. Not saying much, but nevertheless, we're going to take 336, which that's the number of likes, divided by 5.3 million. We're going to multiply that times 100 to turn that into a good old-fashioned percentage. And ooh, that is a low percentage. Lower than a presidential approval rating, I would say. This means that of all the people who saw this sports balls tweet from Bud Light, 0.006 people liked it. That is perhaps the lowest ratio I have seen yet. Now, in terms of the content, Bud Light says, quote, "Get ready for a full week of football is heading your way. Enter for your chance to score Sunday ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV this season. Click to enter." Wow, you could win an opportunity to watch sports balls on the YouTube. Good thing there's no alternative ways of watching it with pirating and all that kind of stuff on the internet. Nevertheless, what do the comments have to say? I wonder. I mean, people love the sports balls. Is that enough to save Bud Light, which used to be a strategic partner for decades? People would tune into the sports balls. They spend millions of dollars to have their logo on stadiums, big exclusivity contracts. So if you go to a sports balls game, you could only buy Anheuser-Busch InBev products. Could they save them? Let's dive in and see what the comments say. Now, the comment on top from Mr. Daniel O'Connor simply says, quote, "Go away," unquote. And this person's got 5 likes. Someone by the name of Mega Cesspool says, quote, "Hard pass," down hand emoji, unquote. Got 14 likes. Let's see, Marcus Ramsey says, quote, "No thanks," unquote, getting 25 likes. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. Mr. Ald Blether said, quote, "I saw a guy pick up a box at the store. It was at swill prices. He saw the other men looking at him and put it down. He got a nod chain from them all," unquote. Which is a fascinating cultural phenomenon. It's an unspoken word between men. There's certain advantages to being men still these days. Not many, unfortunately, but there's still a couple. And that type of communication, that brotherhood, is a rare thing where you don't even have to say a single word. You just know. Just communicate simply. A simple nod head could change the world, some might say. And that person got 64 likes, which is quite an achievement. And it is true. I have yet, and again, this is anecdotal evidence. In terms of my reaction at the public big box store when I go in for groceries, I've seen 2 people purchase Bud Light in the past 6 months. Right, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, 6 months. That's half a year. Again, we just provide more value than some people in the public school segment. You're welcome. So I've seen 2 people, and I actually did have audacity. I actually asked the person, I'm like, out of curiosity, do you know what's going on? And they were an older couple, and they actually had no idea, and they asked me why I cared. I said, well, I do some funny YouTube videos, and I'm kind of a business nerd. I'm just kind of curious, what was the long-term ramifications or the ripple effect of their marketing campaign? And subsequently, they decided to put it back and buy something that wouldn't, allegedly burn their tongues off or make them die inside, emotionally, although physically perhaps, allegedly. And they purchased a Yangling. I was going to say, an infinitely better decision. Now let's look at the other, other comments here. Someone said, by name of Candidate Parody, said, quote, "I had a great time watching the football game, with my fellow sports fan, thank you, unquote. And this person had a meme where you have the NPC character with a Trump hat on and a couple folks standing around to look like all Photoshop the same person. It got 6 likes. Mr. Brim ZY said, quote, "We ain't forget," unquote. And grammar aside, the person did get 55 likes. Mr. Tony Walton said, quote, "Waving a cold Modelo in your direction," unquote. A person got 42 likes. So, needless to say, I'm trying to see if there's any that are positive, real. There's a lot of people saying hashtag spokes or whatever the cliche thing is, so you can maybe win the sports balls tickets. Let's see. Someone by the name of Day Trader POS saying, quote, "Ban Bud Light," unquote, getting 64 likes. And Mr. Rich Mooney actually responded to that comment saying, quote, "It's banned in my house," unquote, and he got 59 likes. And then we do have our fun poll. One of the things I appreciate the most from Rich Mooney, he says, quote, "Bud Light says a weekend of football is heading our way. I guess they're hoping NFL and college game commercials will fix everything for them. So what will you be drinking?" The 2 options being Bud Light time for me and no Bud Light for me. The poll had 697 votes. Out of that, 13.3% said make it a Bud Light for them. But that means the remaining percentage, and I know public schools are all-time low for mathematics, science, history, pretty much everything. We'll do the fun math here today. 100 minus 13.3, well, that's going to give you 86.7%. That's how many people said no Anheuser InBev products for me. And that poll also got 19 likes. Needless to say, the outlook for Bud Light is not so good. I'm trying to find, there may be 1 or 2 positive comments. Let's see here. I did find a contrarian comment. Okay, so they do exist. A person by the name of Icarus Hedoban. This person said, quote, "I fully expected the knuckle draggers to rush to make an appearance in the comments and write on cue, ... unquote. That person got 12 likes out of 1585 views. So it looks like there are a couple. There are a couple supportive tweets in Bud Light. Now this person might be maybe the CEO of Bud Light. Who knows what Brendan Whitworth does when he's not having rudimentary interviews where he's dodging questions left and right. Maybe he's a big tweeter. We just don't know it yet. But needless to say, will them sponsoring, giving away free sports balls tickets, will that inspire you to go purchase a Bud Light? Does that change your opinion about the company 1 iota? Can't help but think, no, absolutely not. And when it comes to the outlook of Bud Light, I would say the Magic Outlook. Yeah, I would say most definitely the Magic Outlook. One of those things where, I don't know, I'm not a scientist or a doctor. It may be possible to cure stuttering by clicking the subscribe button. It's never been tried in clinical trials. We could be innovators today. It might be a new solution. We never know. So if you can click that button, greatly appreciate it. But nevertheless, when it comes to Bud Light and the Magic 8 Ball, I would say the outlook is still not so good. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. I know it's ambitious, but we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October. So if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, the additional comments as well as the likes are greatly appreciated, as I really do like the feedback. I try to respond to all the comments when I can. And even if it's harsh, I appreciate the critique because that's how I make the show better and better. We're continually trying to examine and test new software capabilities so that we can do the picture-in-picture. So when I'm referencing some of these clips, you'll be able to see them in real time. If you have suggestions, I would greatly appreciate it. I tried a couple over the weekend, and again, unfortunately, they just didn't pan out. And I don't know if it's because I'm currently using the 4K Razer Kaizen USB web camera and OBS software, then a little USB mic. So if you have such, and for some reason, the picture-in-picture won't work. It'll only use one or the other. So let me know if you have suggestions. Really appreciate it because I do want to make the show better and better so we can all have a good time, so to say. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.